Here we have our LCD display. Obviously, it's pretty cool. I keep my plastic on. I like to preserve it in case you never know. You may want to sell it one day, get the new one or whatever comes out. It always looks good. I keep the plastic on it. It always keeps it fresh, never gets scarred. Preset button. Now this button calls up preset mode. You can select and recall different preset programs in this mode. You may have certain programs for certain softwares like Reasons or Live Light, and so you may want to call it up, press this button, call up that program. And you can have up to 30 different presets. And right here we have our edit button. Press this edit button, and this button calls up edit mode, which allows us to edit the behavior of the keyboard or the pads or the knobs or the buttons. We just turn the knobs and buttons, set a particular edit we want to do, and we do it by pressing the edit button. Here we have our global button. This button calls up global mode. Now in global mode, we can sort of reset MIDI commands and global system preferences, and they're all set right here in global mode. Now here we have our preview button. It's a great button to have. And it's really cool. It should be on more instruments. This preview button allows you to see what value you have set by the controller, with a slider or a knob. And what this allows you to do, it gives you the precise control over that parameter and helps you avoid erroneous controller data being sent. So I mean, sometimes the slider could be someplace else or it's down somewhere, and then you actually start doing something. You want to say, wait a minute, I don't want it to be there. You want to check. You hold down preview, and you can check and make sure the data going from that slider being sent through your MIDI port is correct. Now here we have our program change button. Now when pressing this button, it will enter the program change mode. And in this mode, you can send a program change or a program with bank change message to your hardware or your software. It's a program change button right there. Okay, next here we've got our transport section. It's going backwards, forwards. This is our stop, our play, and our record buttons. Now these 5 buttons are transport control buttons, and the 5 buttons are sort of dedicated, you know, for sending transport and control commands. And the transport and control buttons can be set to transmit MMC, which is MIDI machine control. So it tells the machine, okay, we're going to start here. We'll tell the machine, let's start. Okay, press the play button, it's going to start. We'll tell the machine, we're going to stop. So it's controlling the other machines through MMC. And we can also do it with a pre-assigned MIDI CC level as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just tap that sucker right in there. Of course, we're tapping the tempo in. Now the tap tempo button allows you to tap a new tempo. If the preset is reloaded, the tempo will revert to the save tempo value. So you got to note that the preset's default tempo can be set in the edit mode. That's important to know. And tap tempo does not work when your MPK49 is set to external sequencer. That means the external sync's going to control it. This will not be the controller, another machine will be the controller. Now our next button here is our control bank button. This is a very important button on our MPK49. Now this button has 3 features in a sense. What happens here is that this button, you press it one time, we got A bank. You press it again, we got B bank. You press it one more time, we got C bank, giving us access to 72 independent parameters that work with our knobs, our faders, and our buttons on our MPK49. And the control bank button is used to switch between all 3 banks, you know, from A, B to C. And so you get each bank, this one, that one, this one, and you control the buttons and all the sliders and faders, everything else. It's really cool. Great way for us to control the parameters in our MPK49.